Thanks for joining us today. We start with Ashley Rucker, a Florida woman who loved her ex-boyfriend as much as she feared him. And Ashley's sister was literally caught in the crossfire of that volatile relationship. Springtime in Jacksonville, Florida. Sisters Ashley and Lisa Rucker are outside soaking up the sun when they spot a handsome neighbor across the street. His name? Chad Absher.
He was good. I liked him in the beginning. He had a lawn care company that I think he inherited from his dad.
Right away, it's an immediate connection between Chad and Ashley. The two begin dating and eventually move in together. But when their one-year anniversary rolls around, Ashley's family suspects her Prince Charming is anything but.
After numerous times of, how did that get on your eye? Why do you have two black eyes? I just figured it out. You could only run into so many doors and fall down so many stairs.
At one point, cops are called out to Chad and Ashley's home. In the police report, Ashley claims she recently left Chad, and when she returned to collect her belongings, he pulled a knife on her. The officer at the scene writes, "I observed 2 lacerations on the victim's throat, which would be consistent with a knife blade being held there. I also observed multiple abrasions on different parts of the victim's body, right eye, back, right ankle." Police can't locate Chad at the time. Ashley once again flees to her loving family.
I don't know. She ran to Dad enough times, probably 30 times.
During an 18-month period, cops are called 2 times to Chad and Ashley's home for incidents of violence. Each time, Chad is not arrested. Authorities claimed Ashley refused to write a police statement or press charges.
He brainwashed her and beat her down, made her know how ugly she was.
Ashley's family claimed Chad's violence toward Ashley continued to escalate. Yet after each episode, she returns.
I tried my best. I tried my best with her. And she wouldn't listen. She just wouldn't listen.
And Chad posted his horrific handiwork all over his Facebook page. Ashley's uncle saw the brazen and brutal photos pop up on Chad's page.
It's like he valued that as a prize or a trophy. I don't know what's in his mind. But he's a sick man.
Then Chad reportedly turns his rage toward Ashley's family.
He had said, "I'm killing everybody in this place."
Ashley's sister Lisa begins to believe his threats, claiming Chad had pulled out a gun and held it to her head. Lisa says Chad eventually puts the gun away, but when Lisa and Ashley's father hears about it, he makes yet another plea to his oldest daughter.
The next step, you will be dead. And I actually said, as sure as I'm sitting in this chair, he's going to shoot you.
Turns out Chad had taken aim at a woman before and paid the price. One police report states Chad showed up to an ex-girlfriend's home in the pre-dawn hours, aimed an assault rifle at her bedroom, and fired off several rounds. That time, Chad was arrested and convicted on stalking charges. He spent 3 years behind bars and met Ashley after his release. Her family claims he hadn't learned his lesson.
They're predators. They keep it up. They don't stop. They might stop for a month or 2. They go right back to it.
Police knew Chad had a gun and threatened Ashley with it. It says so right there in their own report. The officer asks, "Has your partner ever threatened you with a weapon?" And Ashley responds, "Yes." Then a follow-up question. If yes, which weapon type? Ashley answers, "Gun." Which raises the million-dollar question. Why wasn't Chad ever arrested for carrying a firearm as a convicted felon?
They dropped the ball, had him with weapon, and he don't even get arrested.
We reached out to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department, who told us this was a probation issue. Even though Chad was never arrested, Ashley's dad does admit cops warned his daughter about the danger.
They told her, "Listen to me. You're going to die if you stay around this guy."
And it seems the fear tactic might work. Ashley musters up the courage to break up with Chad and get her own apartment with her sister Lisa and their children.
She didn't need that jerk. She was doing fantastic without him.
And yet, Ashley soon breaks and allows Chad into her new, safe, private space. At first, Chad appears to be on his best behavior, so Ashley invites him over once again. It happens to be Halloween.
I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when.
On this night, it's a party for four, including Chad, Ashley, Lisa, and her friend Lyle. But the festive night takes a dark turn when, out of nowhere, Chad starts choking Ashley. Lisa's friend immediately steps in and fists fly. This time, Chad is on the losing end of the punches, but he still refuses to leave.
No. There's an altercation. I'm asking someone to leave. They will not get out of my apartment.
Okay, who is that? Your boyfriend? Your brother?
No, it's my sister's boyfriend.
Does anyone have any weapons? Are they drinking drugs or what?
No.
All right, we'll send the next available officer out there. Call us back if anything changes, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Earlier that evening, her sister Ashley hid Chad's rifle behind a love seat after he started acting angry and erratic. Lisa's friend Lyle stepped outside after the fight, thinking the danger was over, but instead, it's a countdown to tragedy.
My sister is saying, he's got a gun, he's got a gun.
Welcome back. It is a level of domestic violence that will turn your stomach. Not only did Ashley Rucker's ex-boyfriend beat her so badly that she had to be hospitalized, he then posted images of her injuries on his Facebook page like they were a trophy. And then one day, police say that he switched from using his fists to using a gun. Ashley and her sister Lisa are at a Halloween party when Ashley's ex-boyfriend Chad arrives. A fight ensues and it turns violent. Chad opens fire, hitting not just one, but both girls in the back of the head.
When I saw him pull out the gun, I was thinking in my head, he's not really going to shoot me. And then in a split second, that's all it took. It was like I was inside my own head and I'm thinking, I'm dying. He just shot me. I could barely breathe because I was choking on my own blood.
It took 21 agonizing minutes for police to get there, all because Lisa had mistakenly told the 911 operator there was no gun in the apartment. Their father is asleep a few miles away when the phone call comes in.
I remember if it was 3 or 4 in the morning, and I said, who the hell is that? My older daughter, Ashley, had been shot in the head. Lisa, she was shot in the head also.
Paramedics pronounce Ashley dead at the scene. Miraculously, Lisa is alive.
I blacked out again. When I came to the second time, my nephew and my son are running back and forth between me and my sister.
Ashley and Lisa's 4- and 8-year-old boys witness their own mothers being gunned down.
When they're like, please don't die. Please don't die. And I told my son, I'm okay. You know, Mommy's okay. But the whole time in the back of my head, I'm saying, I'm dying. You know, he's witnessing me dying.
Then Lisa recalls Chad's chilling threat to kill her family.
He's going to kill my son. You know, then I start panicking. He's going to kill the kids.
But Chad has already left the scene and a massive manhunt is underway. Lisa literally dodged a fatal bullet, which ricocheted off her skull, broke her jaw, and then came out the left side of her face.
Thankfully, his aim was a little off, and he didn't kill me.
She's a walking miracle, 100%.
After a 2-day manhunt, Chad Absher was captured and charged with murder, attempted murder, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Chad's father claims the sisters attacked his son and he was defending himself. And Lisa testified in court against the man who shot and killed her sister and tried to kill her. Chad was convicted, and a Florida judge handed down 2 life sentences, 1 for each victim, plus 15 years for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
You know, all the wounds will close, but mentally, I can't understand any of it. I don't know why, and I'll never know that why.
Chad must serve 2 life sentences consecutively, eliminating any chance that he will ever be free again.